Hello, this is Abdel. Picture this moment with me. You walk into your field on a beautiful morning, coffee in hand, ready to check on your crops. The sun is painting gold streaks across the leaves and everything looks perfect. Then you spot it, a cluster of tiny holes in the leaves. Your heart sinks. Pests have arrived. What happened next often determines whether you will harvest success or struggle through a season of frustration. Most people reach for the spray bottle immediately. But here is what I want you to understand today. This reaction, while natural, can become your greatest enemy in achieving maximum yields. As Albert Einstein once said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. This wisdom applies perfectly to pest management. When we rely solely on chemical sprays, we create a cycle that ultimately works against us. Let me share something that will change how you think about pest management forever. The most successful approach to protecting your crops comes not from what you spray, but from what you understand. Rachel Carson, the pioneering conservationist who wrote Silent Spring, warned us decades ago that the control of nature is a phrase conceived in arrogance. She understood that working with nature rather than against it produces far better results. Today, I want to take you on a journey through 7 secrets that will transform your pest management approach. These secrets are based on what we call integrated pest management, or IPM. This system has saved countless harvests around the world and can do the same for yours. Before we dive into these secrets, let me tell you about a revolutionary moment in agricultural history. In the 1950s, cotton production was failing across vast regions because pests had developed resistance to every chemical available. Then scientists developed IPM principles, and something amazing happened. Yields increased while pesticide use decreased by up to 70%. This was not magic. This was science working in harmony with nature. The foundation of everything we will discuss today rests on 2 powerful concepts that I teach on my website. The first is the disease triangle, which shows us how environment, host, and pests interacts. The second is the 7-step process of integrated pest management. Together, these tools give you complete control over your pest challenges. Here is a truth that will save you countless hours of worry. Preventing problems is always easier than solving them. Dr. Barry Atkinson, often called the father of IPM, spent his career proving that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, especially in pest management. Think of prevention like building a fortress around your crops. You select resistant varieties. You prepare your soil properly. You time your planting strategically. When you create an environment where your crops are strong and healthy, pests struggle to establish themselves. Strong plants naturally resist pest attacks better than weak ones. Consider this remarkable example. When crop rotation was reintroduced in areas suffering from corn rootworm infestations, pest populations dropped by 90% within 3 seasons. No spraying required. The simple act of changing what grew where created an environment that pests could not adapt to quickly. Pay close attention to this next point, because most crop failures begin with what we fail to notice. Regular inspection is like having a crystal ball that shows you the future of your field. Dr. Robin van der Bosch, a legendary entomologist, he once said, "The trained eye sees what the untrained eye misses." And in pest management, this difference can mean the difference between profit and loss. When you inspect your crop systematically, you catch problems when they are small and manageable. You notice the first few aphids before they become thousands. You spot the early signs of disease before it spreads across your entire field. Most importantly, you learn to recognize the beneficial insects that are already working to protect your crops. Here is something that might surprise you. In many cases, nature is already solving your pest problem before you even know it exists. Ladybugs, wasps, and predatory mites are constantly hunting the pests that threaten your crops. Regular inspection helps you see this natural drama unfolding and teaches you when to step back and let nature do the work. Secret number 3: accurate identification changes everything. This secret could be the most important one you learned today. Misidentifying a pest is like trying to treat a headache with medicine for a broken leg. It simply does not work, and it often makes things worse. Dr. May Berenbaum, a world-renowned entomologist, explains this perfectly. Nature is not just more complex than we imagine. It is more complex than we can imagine. But identification gives us the key to unlock its secrets. When you know exactly what pests you are dealing with, you can choose the most effective and gentle solution. I remember a case where an entire region was spraying for what they thought were harmful caterpillars. After proper identification, they discovered these were actually beneficial insects that were controlling much worse pests. The unnecessary spraying had eliminated their natural protection system. Once they stopped spraying, the real pest problem disappeared within weeks. Take time to learn the difference between friends and enemies in your field. Many insects that look threatening are actually your allies. This knowledge alone can reduce your pesticide use by 50% or more. Here is where science becomes your secret weapon. Analysis means understanding not just what pests you have, but when they are most vulnerable and when intervention will be the most effective. Every pest has what we call economic thresholds. This means there is a specific population level where the cost of control equals the value of the crop being protected. Below this threshold, treatment costs more than the damage the pests would cause. Above it, action becomes profitable. The legendary IPM researcher Dr. Ray Smith proved that timing is everything in pest management. Apply control measures too early and you waste resources. Apply them too late and you waste crops. His research showed that precise timing could increase treatment effectiveness by 300% while using 70% less pesticide. Weather patterns, pest life cycles, and crop growth stages all influence the perfect moment for intervention. When you understand these patterns, you become incredibly efficient with your control measures. When treatment becomes necessary, remember this crucial principle. You want to be a surgeon, not a demolition crew. Precision treatment targets only the pests causing problems while preserving everything else in your ecosystem. Modern IPM offers you an amazing variety of tools. Biological controls use beneficial insects to hunt your pests. Pheromone traps confuse pests and prevent them from reproducing. Selective pesticides target specific pests while leaving beneficial insects unharmed. Cultural controls change the environment in ways that favor your crops over pests. Here is an inspiring example from agricultural history. In the 1960s, the entire citrus industry was threatened by a pest called the cottony cushion scale. Instead of increasing pesticide applications, scientists introduced a beneficial beetle called the Vidalia beetle. This tiny insect saved the entire industry and continues to provide protection today. The key is choosing the right tool for the specific situation. Sometimes the gentlest approach is also the most effective. The secret number 6: transform good pest management into great ones. Evaluation means honestly assessing what worked, what did not work, and why. As the famous scientist Louis Pasteur said, chance favors the prepared mind. Evaluation prepares your mind for future challenges. Keep records of what you observe, what actions you take, and what results you achieve. Over time, these records become a treasure map showing you the most effective approaches for your specific conditions. Did the beneficial insect you released successfully control the pest population? How long did it take? What weather conditions were present? Did crop rotation reduce pest pressure as expected? This information becomes invaluable for making better decisions in future seasons. Dr. Karl Hafaker, another IPM pioneer, spent his career proving that knowledge accumulated through careful observation and evaluation is the foundation of sustainable pest management. His research showed that well-evaluated IPM programs become more effective every year. The final secret might seem simple, but it holds tremendous power. Documentation means creating a permanent record of your pest management journey. This record becomes your personal guidebook for achieving consistent success. When you document your observations, treatments, and results, you create a database of knowledge specific to your crops and conditions. Think of documentation as building a library of success. Each season adds new chapters to your understanding. Over time, this library becomes more valuable than any external advice because it reflects the unique reality of your specific situation. The most successful IPM programs in history all share one characteristic: excellent documentation. These records allow managers to fine-tune their approaches continuously and achieve better results every year. Let me share with you the bigger picture of what these 7 secrets create together. When you implement proper IPM principles, something magical happens. Your crops become healthier and more productive. Your input costs decrease significantly. Your environmental impact shrinks. Most importantly, you gain confidence and peace of mind, knowing that you are managing pests in the most effective way possible. The old approach of spraying first and asking questions later belongs to the past. Today's challenges require today's solutions. Climate change, pesticide resistance, and environmental concerns all point toward the same conclusion. IPM is not just better for the environment, it is better for your bottom line. Remember, you have the power to break the cycle of spray, resistance, and frustration. You can choose a path that works with nature instead of against it. You can build a pest management system that becomes more effective over time rather than less effective. The 7 secrets I have shared with you today are not just theories, they are practical tools used by successful crop managers around the world. They are based on decades of research and countless real-world success stories. You feel confident in your systematic approach. Instead of wondering what to spray, you know exactly what to observe. Instead of fighting against nature, you are working with it. The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu taught us that nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. This wisdom applies beautifully to pest management. When you work with natural systems rather than against them, you achieve better results with less effort and stress. Your journey toward maximum yields through intelligent pest management starts with a single step. Choose one of these 7 secrets to focus on first. Master it completely, then add the next one. Before you know it, you will have transformed your entire approach to protecting your crops. The choice is yours. You can continue the old pattern of spray and pray, or you can embrace the proven system that delivers consistent results with minimal environmental impact. You can remain reactive to pest problems, or you can become proactive in preventing them. The knowledge you need is available. The tools you need exist. The only question remaining is, are you ready to unlock the full potential of your crops through the power of integrated pest management? This is Abdel reminding you that the greatest discoveries often come not from learning something completely new, but from seeing familiar things in a completely new way. Thank you for joining me on this journey towards smarter, more sustainable pest management.